All right, so now we're going to go over the content aspect of this, which is insane. It's insane that a room full of multimillionaires, like the number one topic was content and brand and social media. The first thing that we were talking about is that you need to talk about where I want to go instead of where I'm at. So really casting the vision for the people who are following you, right? And so talking about what I want to do, how I want to sell a company for $500 million, how I'm going to get there, whatever it is, what it looks like, instead of talking about like, okay, these companies do a couple million, blah, blah, blah. Like talk about that stuff. Teach people what they need to learn, not what they want and what they want to learn, right? So teach them the basics of, hey, this is going to be really helpful, not just like some rah shit that you think is going to get some likes. And then post more regular things about yourself instead of just all business. Because if you look at my Instagram now, a lot of it is our reels, our memes, our quotes, and then sprinkled in is just a picture of me or a picture of me and my family. And they said, no, like you got to do a lot more than just business stuff. Because now we got to add some personality into it, which I'll start to do with adding just like a still of me doing some guru shit or whatever, sitting on a jet, sitting on a beach, maybe I'm with my family, whatever it is. But then at least it's somewhat personable. And then with me, where I get personal is like my story. I show as much as I can on my story of like what I'm doing that day and everything else. Share my goals with my community is the next thing that we need to do. So a goal that I didn't share any of my goals this year, but like a goal that we wanted to do was I wanted to speak on 5 different stages. I've lined up for 4. So now like, okay, well, I got to push that to 10 and I want to get on 30 to 50 podcasts. I said 50, that sounds like a lot. Maybe I'm being a bitch. But I mean, like if I got on 30 podcasts this year, that's wild. Like that's strong. That is really, really, really strong. And then copyright for 30 minutes a day and just write for 30 minutes a day and see what that does. For me, a skill I'm really trying to develop is copywriting, to where I know the who, not how is applicable. But if you learn how to write copy, you're never going to go hungry, right? To where I really started to discover this, I think last year when we like were selling skip tracing, to where I could write an email and make $5,000, and it was the easiest $5,000 I'd ever done. But I wrote an email, and then people bought, and it was super simple, right? But like coming from the real estate space and entrepreneurship, a lot of people talk about the grind and how hard it has to be. Sometimes, like with email, dude, like email is powerful, and you can make a lot of money off of it, and it's what most businesses are built off of as far as email and SMS. In the real estate space, we use email and SMS, but in the wrong way. And it doesn't really work for our avatar, right? So SMS to sellers works, but email to sellers not really as much. But then like for the service and product-based companies we can use that to build organic growth and sell on sales and all that other stuff. Ooh, a lot of people in the group have their own personal Facebook group that they charge to be in, which I think is huge. And when I say their own personal Facebook group, it is, so let's say they charge X amount of dollars to be in their group. There's a couple Zoom calls in there a month. And then they make really, really good money in there. And so that's the next thing I'll start to do. Stay tuned on that. I don't know. We'll do it on entrepreneurship, company building, marketing, branding, wholesaling, real estate, how we're buying self-storage, all that stuff. And then pretty much everything you're doing your day-to-day and what do you think you can package up and deliver value to the marketplace. And then the next thing I'm going to start doing is, and then we talked about a bunch of different ways to monetize that. And then the next thing I'm going to start doing is posting an L a week and making a video of my one loss this week and what I, like my biggest loss this week and what I learned. Because I mean, we take L's every day. For me, at least, when you have a good day, that's awesome. But most days, like you're gonna get kicked in the balls and flicked and slapped, and it's gonna suck, right? But like then we know there's light at the end of the tunnel. But a lot of the days, but like we're fighting a fucking good fight. You're not just in there like, oh, well, every day we're wiring in $50,000. At least not for me. That's not where I'm at yet. If I was, I'd be really happy. But I mean, what is that? That's a couple $100,000 a month, which is pretty dope. Biggest family takeaway: most of them have a set activity day and a date night, where I need to apply this in my life. I need to have one activity day for my family and really with Zeno, and then I need to have one night laid out for a date every night, because for me, it's really easy for me to get distracted, and like I just want to go out there and make money and do more business, and it's really easy to let romanticism fall away, right? Because I'm just like, bro, let's go out and make some fucking money, and then when we travel, really the only reason we travel is for masterminds or to go spend more time with family, and then even when we're spending more time with families, we're still working. But I mean, it's really, really easy to get caught up in that instead of still building your life and then building your business around that. Because yes, everybody sees me traveling everywhere, but I'm either going to speak somewhere, or I'm going to attend an event or a mastermind, or I'm going to spend time with family. But it's not just like a flat out vacation. I can't say I've really like a I don't know when the last time was like where I want to. We went to Hawaii a couple of years ago for like 3 days, and that was like the last vacation that I did.